Imagine stepping into a space where light falls gently through lace-trimmed curtains, where every corner feels like a soft sigh of comfort. The walls are painted in quiet, muted tones, creams, dusty blues, and faded sage, inviting you to slow down and breathe deeply as if time itself has learned to rest here. This is the quiet heart of a modern English cottage, where classic lines meet soft, lived-in warmth. Here, furniture is not staged, but settled, with armchairs that look like they've already held your favorite stories and wooden tables that bear the honest marks of daily life. Cut flowers in mismatched vases, vintage textiles lightly faded by the sun, and open shelves lined with well-loved books make the room feel both elegant and effortlessly lived in. It's a home that doesn't scream for attention. Instead, it whispers that you're safe, seen, and at peace. As you follow this journey into the Grandma Sanctuary style, notice how every piece feels intentional, yet never stiff, each serving comfort, memory, and quiet beauty. If you'd like to turn your own space into this kind of soft retreat, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and tell us in the comments what room you'd love to transform first. The entryway should feel like the first line of a tender story, quietly welcoming you after a long day. Imagine a small console table painted in soft matte white, a chunky woven basket resting nearby for slippers, and a simple vase with a single sprig of dried lavender or eucalyptus. The walls are painted in a muted linen-like tone, catching the daylight so delicately that the space glows instead of shouting. Light from a nearby window or a slim wall sconce brushes over wood floors worn just enough to feel familiar, not polished into perfection. A vintage mirror with a lightwood frame leans against the wall, catching the movement and softening the angles of the room. Everything here feels restrained and intentional, like a slow exhale before the story of the home truly begins. For a Grandma Sanctuary feel, add a small embroidered cushion on the bench, a folded knit throw nearby, and a plate stacked with a few mismatched teacups waiting for imagined guests. The living room wraps you like a soft blanket, with furniture arranged in an imperfect circle that invites conversation and quiet stillness. A pale cream sofa sits beneath a tall window, dressed in a linen slipcover slightly faded by the sun, its folds catching the light like gentle waves. A simple wooden coffee table, lightly worn and warm in tone, holds a stack of vintage books, a small ceramic lamp, and a small vase of fresh greenery, grounding the space in calm and memory. Plush rugs and muted ecru and faded blue drape over the floor, softening every step and adding a touch of old-world warmth beneath bare feet or slippers. Sheer linen curtains flutter softly at the window, filtering the daylight into a soft glow that dances across embroidered cushions and a knitted throw casually draped over the sofa arm. The walls were a gentle plaster finish with subtle brush marks and a hint of texture that speaks of handmade care, not machine-perfect perfection. Every corner feels intentional yet unforced, as if the room has evolved over time rather than been staged overnight. The kitchen feels like a gentle heart of the home, where morning light pours over a simple wooden table set near the window. Cream cabinets with soft sage lower doors stand beside a light-colored stone countertop, holding a small ceramic bowl of fresh eggs, a wicker basket, and a few jars filled with flour and sugar. The space breathes with quiet order, not clutter, where every object feels purposeful yet softly lived in. A vintage wooden chair with a linen seat sits at the table, its legs slightly uneven and its surface lightly worn, telling the story of many shared meals. Above, open shelves line the wall, displaying mismatched ceramic plates, a stack of vintage teacups, and a small potted herb on the sill, all dusted in soft daylight. The air seems to hum with a memory of tea poured, bread baked, and laughter shared around this small, humble corner. This is the kind of kitchen that invites you to sit, linger, and pretend time slows just a little. Tucked into a corner of the living room, a compact reading nook wraps you in a soft embrace, like a private little world of your own. A simple wooden armchair with a cushioned seat and a loose knit throw sits beside a tall window, where natural light pools onto the seat like a warm spotlight. A small wooden side table holds a ceramic lamp, a stack of well-loved books, and a small glass of water, ready for long afternoons lost in stories. Behind the chair, an open wooden shelf leans gently against the wall, filled with books in varying heights and colors, their spines cracked and softened by time. A small framed botanical print and a tiny ceramic vase of dried greenery add a whisper of English-style charm, while sheer linen curtains flutter at the window, casting delicate shadows across the pages. The air feels hushed, as if the room itself has learned to read along with you. This is the place where life slows, where the outside world fades, and you can simply be. The bedroom feels like a gentle sigh at the end of the day, where soft curves and quiet colors invite you to let go of the world outside. A simple wooden bed with a pale cream headboard sits against a muted sage accent wall, its surface dressed in layered linen bedding in soft ecru and pale blue tones. By the window, a small wooden nightstand holds a ceramic lamp and a small vase of fresh greenery, its light spilling softly across the room like a warm whisper. Sheer linen curtains drape loosely, diffusing the outside light and casting a gentle, natural glow over the bed and the nearby floor. This is the kind of bedroom where mornings feel soft and evenings feel safe, a quiet cottage tucked away in an English countryside. The bathroom feels like a quiet pause in the day, where cool tones and soft curves come together to create a gentle retreat. Pale cream walls meet simple white trim, framing a vintage-style vanity with a lightwood base and a marble mimic countertop, holding a ceramic basin and a small vase of fresh greenery. A simple wooden stool sits beside the vanity, topped with a folded linen towel and a small ceramic soap dish, the textures picking up the soft light and giving the room a handmade, lived-in feel. On the wall, a few hooks hold soft cotton robes, and a small framed botanical print adds a whisper of English-style charm. This is the kind of bathroom where mornings feel gentler and evening routines feel like small rituals of care. Throughout the home, vintage furniture pieces sit together like old friends, each with a slightly different story but united by a soft English cottage feel. A lightly worn wooden sideboard with faded paint stands beside a revived dresser, its drawers now holding linens and small keepsakes, while a simple wooden ladder shelf leans against the wall, filled with ceramics and dried greenery. Wood tones are kept warm but muted, with soft grays, creams, and dusty blues gliding over the surfaces, smoothing hard edges and giving the room a gentle, timeless look. A small wooden table by the window wears a lace runner and a vase of wildflowers, while an armchair with a faded floral slipcover sits nearby, its fabric slightly frayed at the corners from years of use. This is the secret of the Grandma Sanctuary style, a collection of vintage pieces that don't look like a museum, but like a home that has been gently loved over time. As the seasons turn, the home shifts in the softest of ways, like a quiet wardrobe change rather than a dramatic overhaul. A pale cream throw is replaced with a slightly heavier knit in autumn, its folds draping over the arm of the sofa like a cozy hug. Open shelves and side tables give way to a few seasonal objects: a pair of vintage candlesticks in winter, a small wicker basket filled with dried apples in autumn, a blue and white ceramic jug in spring. The colors stay soft: creams, browns, sage, and dusty blues, so the transitions feel like ripples, not shocks. This is how a Grandma Sanctuary feels throughout the year, rooted, yet alive with the rhythm of the seasons. The magic of this Grandma Sanctuary lives in the small handmade details that feel like gentle whispers of care. A simple wooden tray is lightly sanded and coated in a soft white wash, then lined with a small lace runner and a tiny vase of fresh greenery, ready to hold morning tea or an evening book. Frames are updated with new prints without a full overhaul. A simple linen mat around an old botanical illustration, or a small watercolor tucked under glass, then hung on a pale wall with a thin wooden molding. These are the kinds of DIY details that turn an ordinary space into a soft, personal cottage sanctuary. Transforming your home into a Grandma Sanctuary doesn't require a grand renovation, only a few thoughtful, gentle shifts. A fresh coat of pale cream or soft sage on one accent wall can immediately calm the room, making the space feel lighter and more cottage-like without the cost of a full repaint. Old furniture can be reborn with inexpensive tweaks. A light sanding, a soft wash of paint, and new drawer pulls can turn a tired dresser into a quiet focal point. A thrifted armchair gains new life with a slipcover in a muted floral or solid linen, and a second-hand rug softened by a gentle wash adds coziness underfoot without straining your budget. When you choose a few key pieces that feel like heirlooms and layer them with simple, soft textiles, your home starts to resemble a tranquil cottage sanctuary, even on a modest budget. As we close this gentle journey through the English cottage meets Grandma Sanctuary style, let the feeling of softness linger in your imagination. Picture yourself surrounded by pale walls bathed in soft light, layered linen textiles, and quietly worn wooden furniture that feels like it held countless quiet moments. This isn't a home meant to impress from the outside, but one designed to comfort anyone who steps inside, like a warm, familiar hug after a long day. You don't need a cottage in the countryside or a large budget to live this way. You only need a few intentional choices: a calmer color, a secondhand chair lovingly refreshed, a vase of fresh greenery by the window. Each small change can slowly turn your space into a soft, personal sanctuary that feels both stylish and deeply comforting. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with us, letting your imagination wander through linen-draped windows and wooden shelves filled with stories. If you enjoyed this soft English cottage journey, consider subscribing so you never miss another cozy tour, and let us know in the comments which style, modern English, Grandmacore, or pure cottagecore you'd love to see next.